Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm back with another video with the Kia EV9 in the back. So I'm going to do a little bit of what I did on my RAV4 Prime, which I haven't done on the other cars, but I think this might be a good thing because of the paint color here. So I'm going to make the emblems black. So I've done that in the RAV4 Prime, so I'll put the video somewhere on here. I'll show you guys what I did for the RAV4 Prime. So I'm going to try to attempt something similar with the Kia EV9, especially to the fact that the logo of the Kia, the rebranded one, is much easier to work with because it doesn't have a lot of letters and it's big, so it'll be easier to make it black. So I'm going to do the same thing with the EV9 badging as well, and in the front as well. So I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of the process and what are the tools I'm using. And hopefully it turns out to be good. I'm not sure if there was an option when I ordered the car. I didn't see anything for having the badges black, but I know some Kias already come factory with the black emblems, but this time I didn't see any options for when I ordered the car, so I'm going to do it myself. So let me show you what I'm going to be using. So for this job, it's going to be very easy stuff. You don't need a lot of things. Plasti Dip here. So I got the black one. I didn't get the glossifier or the black with the glossy because I like the matte color on these cars. So I got just the black here. Some masking tape or painter's tape, however you want to call it. Toothpick here. Once you do everything, sometimes you do have to go with the toothpick and just make sure, like, it's done properly. And some paper. The only thing I'm missing, which I have to go get, so I forgot about this, is Q-tips and also some rubbing alcohol. So that helps when, well, one, I have to clean this off. So you just usually want to rub some, some alcohol here on the side, so it's easier to peel at the end and actually also adheres properly. So you want to clean this properly, prep it, so once you use the Plasti Dip, it really sticks on the actual emblem. And then that's where I use the Q-tips as well on the side, just to make sure that it's there's no oils or whatnot stuck on it. So like I mentioned, we're going to be doing this one. Then we'll go on to this one here. So this one, definitely you'll need a toothpick because you'll have to go and dig out inside here and all the ones in here. So those are the ones that's going to be a little tricky. And then there's the front one. So let me go and look for that. And sorry for the mess, guys. I did not clean the garage for a long time. And the front one. So I'm going to put this one too. This one's going to be easy as well, just like the back, the logo. Just clean it up, prep it properly. This one does have a PPF as well. But we still want to, I don't want to damage the PPF with the Plasti Dip. Well, you're not going to damage it. It's just don't want, like, too much paint going everywhere. So we'll prep it and put paper around it. And then after we'll use the Plasti Dip. All right. So I'm going to go grab the rubbing alcohol, the Q-tips, and let's start this. All right. Got the alcohol here. Got 2 Q-tips, and I also got the cloth here so we can start cleaning the emblems. So I'm going to start cleaning with some warm water first, dry it off, and then after apply the alcohol on the emblems. Okay, so let's start. So I'm going to try to film this one. It's on a tripod on the hood, but it's slowly moving. So let me try to make sure it doesn't move. So a little bit of water here. And then you want to make sure that you have a clean cloth. And the surrounding is not important, but it's mainly the actual emblem. That's what needs to be clean. You want to see if there's any imperfections. And then you also want to clean the side here. So see, I see something here. And you want to be be careful as well, because the edges, sometimes the cloth gets stuck and there's some fibers that's left over. All right, so this seems to be clean. I'm gonna come and clean the edges off with the alcohol. So I got the alcohol here. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the lid. So I got some in the lid. So just take your quick Q-tips in here and just rub it around. So this is really something I do. You don't really have to do it, but I've done it with my raffle prime and turned out to be hassle-free. But you really don't have to do it. It's really up to you. That's it, folks. Once this is done, you can just let it dry and then start applying the Plasti Dip. So I'm going to do that for all the other 2 emblems, and I'm going to start prepping the surface. Prep. You want to get as close as possible, but still leave just a little bit of space with the paper here. And then you just want to come and tape it off with the green tape here. So let me just show you guys this. Okay, so you want to come here. You still want to leave a little bit space because you don't want to be too close, because you still want to have some space to work with. So I'm just gonna put it like this, and I'll zoom out the camera afterwards and I'll give you guys a better view. And you're gonna do on all the sides. So I'm gonna put on this side here. And it really helps when if you already have your tape done. Oh, here you go. We have a little fly here. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, my tape is smaller than the actual width, so this is not good. You rather have a longer tape than a shorter tape here. I'm even filming all my mistakes, guys, so hopefully this helps you. Okay. All right. Let's start this again. Let's put this here. Do a little bit inside. Okay. And then we have the last one. Okay, so let me just take the camera, I'll show you guys the end results. As you can see, I left a little bit space at the top, on the side, bottom, on each side, just to make sure that I have space to work with when I'm going to take off the Plasti Dip once it dries out. And the paper, you want to put them um, whichever direction you want, but you want to cover as much as you can as well. So as much as you can so it doesn't spray over in the other ones. You might have some little overspray if it's the first time you're doing this, but try as much as possible to actual spray within the emblem itself. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing for all the other two, and yeah, let's start applying this spray afterwards. All right, so you have the back one here at the top, and I did the bottom here. The bottom one is a little tight because it's at the edge here, so I left as much space as I can, but still a little bit tight. The top one, it wasn't an issue at all. So yeah, now I'm gonna start spraying this. So how you want to do this is you want to apply, I would say 4 to 5 coats, and you want to leave at least 10 to 15 minutes in between so it can dry properly. So that's what I did initially for my Raffle Prime. The first one I did was okay, acceptable, and then the second one was better. So always, it's practice. It's how you do it, how you spray it. You don't want to overspray as well. If you overspray, obviously it's going to leak, and you're going to have not a perfect spray, and you're going to have not bubbles, but you'll see the actual effect on it. It's not going to be smooth. So you want to have small bursts, and you want to do it as slow as possible. Don't rush this. This really takes patience, and you have to do it slowly. So let me open one of the bottles, and I'm going to start spraying it. Okay, so open the bottle. I'm going to make sure it's black. I'm just going to spray a little bit on the paper. You do also want to do this when it's not windy, if you're doing it outside, because that's going to go everywhere. So you want to do it somewhere where there's no wind, and where you can let it dry for a while as well. I'm doing it inside the garage here. So the temperature, I think it's roughly here 24 degrees. We're in the summer. So it's going to dry, no issues. But preferably you can do it outside if it's not windy. It's usually much better, and it's less of a mess in case there's stuff around. Clearly I have a lot of stuff around here. I also have a bike here. It's a little messier because I didn't expect to get this this month, and I didn't really clean the garage accordingly. And this barely fits in the garage actually. And in the summer, usually I don't park it inside. I usually park it outside, but just for this, and since it's not nighttime now, I needed some light, so I'm doing it here. Okay. So let me actually spray a little bit here. Okay. Yeah. So that is black. Okay, that's good. As you can see, this one's leaking already. All right. So that's what you're gonna get in this one as well. So you want to make sure that you don't apply too much, just short burst, but you can have a lot of them, just slowly. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to do this with one hand, and also trying to film this. Sorry if I missed the angle. As you can see, I'm going in different directions so I can capture on the edges as well. If you do it always in the same direction, you might miss a few. So that's why you want to do different angles as well. So I'm going to keep going at this. As you can see, I'm overspraying, so you want to be careful with that. So it's getting good. I think for a first layer, this might be okay. I just see some spaces that Then I'm going to do a little more. But I think for now, I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to try to go to the other one now. Okay, this one wasn't too bad. And let's go to the front. Let's try to do that. Okay. Yeah, I have better lighting here, so it might be better. Okay. So we'll let this dry. So preferably 10 to 15 minutes. And you have to repeat this process 4 to 5 times or until you're satisfied. I usually do 5 times. So I'm gonna let this dry and then I'm gonna keep repeating this. So it's been about 20 minutes after I applied the first coat. So I'm just gonna show you guys a little bit here. So as you can see, I oversprayed here because it still hasn't quite dried. So that one oversprayed, but everything else seems to be okay. And as you can see, it seemed very black before, but you see the parts that hasn't been really touched properly. You see the edge here. So once you apply the second, the third, and the fourth coat, these will disappear and it'll become fully black. And it used to be wet and it looked like it was glossy, but once it dries, it becomes pretty matte. So same thing here. This one's actually turned out to be good. No overspray on this one. Looks pretty nice. And let's go check the front one. Okay, so this one is still drying because you see that this side is still a little bit glossy compared to the other side. So it's still getting some time to dry. This is less glossy, so it's dried up. This is still drying a little bit. And a little bit of overspray here. I don't know if you can tell. Here and here on the edge. But eventually with the different coats, this should be okay. All right, so I'm gonna stop filming here until I apply all the different coats. I'm not gonna go through each and every coat. And once I'm done the last coat, I'll just come back and I'll show you guys the final result. So I just finished applying the last coat. It's looking good so far. So this is what it looks like now. I just applied the last coat, so it still needs to dry. This is for this one. And the front one. Just finished applying, so it's normal you see this little grainy paint. It will become flat later. The only advice I'm giving you guys, this wasn't enough coverage, I should put a little more here. As you can see, there's paint, some Plasti Dip that went here. It's easily washable, and this has PPF on it, but my advice would be to you guys, add much more coverage here with paper or newspaper, and it's going to be easier. As you can see, definitely overspray that one here. I just try scraping it off and it comes off, so it's not that that bad. I'm just going to wipe it off later, but it's going to be better for you guys. So try to do it on each corner as well. Yeah, so now I have to wait 4 hours for this to dry. It's pretty late. I think it's almost 12 o'clock. So I'm just going to let this dry overnight, and then tomorrow I'll peel it off and I'll take the video on how I do this. So I've let this dry overnight, and this is the results, guys. Not bad. So as you may remember, the place that oversprayed a little bit, you can barely tell it. It's just me with the details, but slightly here. But the rest looks really nice. Let's go check the actual EV9 sign. Yeah, that looks good as well. And let's go check out the front. Yeah, this turned out to be perfect actually. No overspray anywhere. Okay, so now it's going to be peeling time. So let's try to do this. This is usually the most satisfying part. So what you want to do is slowly take off the tape and the paper. Yeah. So this is usually better with two hands because it allows you to be more more flexible, and yeah, you can also take scissors and cut the paper. I mean, cut this side so you can have a more freedom, or you can just rip it off as well. There you go. So that's why you want to leave that space there, because every time you take it off, you don't want to be too close, so you can still have space to work with this. So let me put this aside. So you want to do the same thing for the top. Yeah, this thing is just coming off with this. So let me actually try to do this here and show you if I did this properly. Yeah, it just comes off. Okay, that's really good. So as you can see, I'm just peeling this off, and yeah, just comes right off. Oh, you want to pull out. So that's one thing. You want to Okay, I think I'm gonna keep doing this off camera, but as you could see, the concept is you just pull it out. You want to do it slowly as well. As you could see, there's a little piece here, so I just have to trim it a little bit, but it should come off very easily. So I have to do this for all three of them. But this is much easier than the Toyota sign that I did, where it's a complicated sign. So I'm in the emblem, so you have to go in and like you have to use a toothpick, and yeah, that was much more complicated. So I'm gonna do this off camera. I'll come back with the results. Here you go. It's not perfect. I can still see some imperfections. Trying to take this side, it was sticking to the actual emblem. So that was a little complicated, but I used a toothpick there to actually clear things up. But yeah, it's a decent job, I would say. Still looks better than how it used to be, and from far, no one could actually tell apart the imperfections. So I think it gives it a good look. So I did this one. I'm gonna do the two others, and I'm gonna show you the final results. Here you go. The second one is done. This one was a little easier. I did all of it off camera. It's always easier with two hands. Slight imperfection on here, on the edge here, but you see, yeah, that little one here. But except that, everything else looks good. And I got the last one here, so let me get that done. So this one was a little trickier inside, but yeah, turned out to be nice too. This one I really had to use the toothpick and get really into it, but turned out really well. So this is the final results. What do you guys think? So here's the results outside. So I brought it outside just so you can tell the how it looks on daytime. I'll show you the front as well. There you go. So it looks very nice on the gray color. That's it, folks. I hope you liked the video. So I did it on this car because it's a light color paint. I've done that on my RAV4 Prime, which was also a light color paint, and I haven't done since because all the other cars were dark color. So that's one of the things I like, having the contrast between the light color and the blacked out emblems. I also haven't done it on my wife's BZ4X, which is more of a dark blue color, unless she asks, obviously, that'll be done. But in this case, only on my car. So let me know in the comment section below if you guys want me to do any other videos with the EV9 or the BZ4X, and which ones you want me to do, and I'll try my best to actually deliver. Until then, take care, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video as well, and I'll see you guys next time.